Okay, for homework 1217, I'd like you to do this work on paper and then turn it in tomorrow or document it. So here we go. This is a solving an inequality and then writing your answer on a number line. First thing, distribute this -4. -4 times x, -4 times 2 gives me -4x minus 8. -4 times 2, -8. More than -2x plus 12. Start by adding 8 to both sides. Bring down -4x. Bring down your inequality, which is more than direction, -2x plus 20. Stay on that side. Do the opposite of minus 2x. Add it. Plus 2x plus 2x. Gives me -2x is more than 20. And then right there, I'm going to divide both sides by -2. Divide by -2. That flips my inequality around, so it's not more than anymore, it's less than, and this gives me -10. So that on a number line will be an open circle, will be an arrow pointing to the left, because that's the direction of numbers decreasing, less than. On my number line, make sure at least you have 0 in the middle, 10 on the right, -10 to the left of 0. That will be an open circle on -10 because of this inequality being just plain less than. And then in interval notation, -infinity to the left, bounded to the right by 10, negative, rounded bracket because of this open circle. If that would have been a closed circle, this would be -infinity, -10 square bracket. But it's open, rounded. If this would have been an arrow going to the right, that would have been rounded -10 to comma infinity positive. First word is blue. Blue. All right, keep going. So that's my answer in set notation, number line answer, interval notation answer. Next one is a graphing one. So to graph, solve these for y first. Take this x away, -2x minus 2x. Bring down the negative with the y, more than -2x plus 3. Don't add those. This negative y, I need to divide that out by -1 to make that positive. That switches my inequality, makes that y less than positive 2x minus 3. When I divide these two negatives and this positive and negative, inequality switches. It will be a dotted line. It will be shading below. Less than is below the line. I switch this inequality because I'm dividing by a -1. When I graph it, this way you normally graph, -3 is my y-intercept. And then my number in front of x is my slope, 2 over 1. So from -3, I'm going to go over 1, up 2, over 1, up 2. Okay, back to this problem. So -3 is where you start, and then from there, right 1, up 2, right 1, up 2. That's going to be a dotted line drawn through those. I'm going to dot my line because the inequality being just plain old less than, I cannot include any points on that line. Got to be dotted. Because this is less than, I'm going to shade underneath just a little bit to see what my other line is going to give me. My one in red, -1x, -1x gives me y more than or equal to -x, 1x plus 2. That one's going to be a solid line, no switching of the inequality. This is y is more than, so I'm going to shade above the line, shade above. Solid line. So I'm going to start at +2 on the y-axis, and then that number in front of x is -1 over 1, right 1, down 1. So find +2. That's where my first point is going to go. And then right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, down 1. That will be a solid line. That is more than, so I'm going to shade on the top side of that line just a little bit. I want to see where these shading lines intersect. I have 4 possibilities. This part, this part, this part, and this bottom part. I can see clearly this 1/4 of my graph of these 4 parts has the shading sections overlap. That's where all the solution points will be. I'm going to check this point 4 for X and 2 for Y. Purple, purple. So for my check, I'm going to take that 4 and plug it in for X and plug in that 2 for Y. Should give me 2 true statements. So 2 times 4 minus 2 is more than 3. That should be a true statement. So 2 times 4 is 8 minus 2. That gives me 6, which is more than 3. True statement. And then plug in 4 and 2 into the second equation. 4 right here for X plus 2 for Y. Gives me a number more than or equal to 2. That gives me 6 more than 2. That is true. Yellow, yellow. All right, last one. Solving literal equations. One has plain old X, one has X and 3Y in it. Similar but a little bit different. Both of them start by doing the opposite of timesing by 3, multiplying by 3. Bring down the 2 and your parenthesis X plus 2 equal to 18. Divide both sides by 2 right there. Divide by 2, divide by 2. And that gives me X plus 2 equal to 9 minus 2 on both sides, and that gives me X equals 7. Black, black. The last one, start by timesing by 3, both sides, timesing by 3. Cancel off those 3's, bring down the 2, and then parentheses X plus 3Y equal to 18. Divide both sides by 2. And that gives me X plus 3Y equals 9. And then to solve for X, I'm just going to take away 3Y minus 3Y. Solving both these for X gives me X equals negative 3Y plus 9. Solving literal equations. Fish, fish. Good luck.